Welcome aboard, everyone. Simon here from the Worlds of Wall Street. We have MTV MultiVac on our screens right now, guys. So before we go into the chart, just wanted to throw this bit of news out quickly. So available soon, Multiverse Battleships launch date on the 6th of December. It's a couple of days away. The airdrop event, so from this, I think it was about a week ago or so, November 28th to the 5th. So basically there's a few rules here of how you can get hold of these. Do go check out multivaxglobalmedium.com. So you're very much, if you've got spaceships already from the previous airdrop, I think the round one, you may get a good opportunity to get these. But there's also airdrop for stakers by the raffle ticket. Total of 50 collections for every 10,000 tokens staked in the addresses, and airdrops for stakers in general for top 100 credit addresses. So I don't think I have that many MTV tokens. I could probably just about get into the into the raffle with one ticket. I don't think that will do much good, to be honest, but who knows? You've got to be in it to win it, right? So I might just do it for a laugh. But yeah, there's some more information here around raffle ticket sort of distribution and what you get for that. So 10,000 staked equals one ticket. Obviously 20,000 equals two. Don't know why they had to put that, but there you go. So yeah, can I get more than one airdrop? And yes, you can potentially get more than one depending on your scenarios of the things that we just mentioned above. But I just thought I'd throw that out there. Some really cool NFTs being dropped on there if you're interested in that kind of thing. Other than that, guys, nothing really sort of major other than what we've already covered over the last few videos for MTV. So I think we'll just go straight into the chart for this one. Guys, wow, what we had the last 24 hours, absolutely crazy. Well, we hit our buy opportunity down here, which was really good, obviously. However, wasn't quite expecting it to go like this, but here we are. This is what happens. I think personally it was down to leverages failing on longs. If you go on certain exchanges, you can see the amount of leveraging that has completely failed. But shorts are up, of course, which would indicate that people are trying to very much take advantage of this, and obviously had some anticipation maybe of these kind of moves. So you could argue that it's possible manipulation, but I think it's a lot of greed out there and people just throwing in ridiculous amounts of money. Substantial values, of course. If you don't hit those leverage points on the longs, you're going to get big reductions visually on charts, and of course that then has a whole entire ripple effect across the market. So it's not sort of something that's out of the ordinary. We've had it many times, not just in this chart but across others as well. I mean, you can see them scattered around. Even here, for example, there was a couple I remember in September. You have the usual big drop down, absolutely significant drop, and then you have the big sort of correction over a small period of time. The one thing I would say about MTV though, I mean, the reason we put in these buy areas down here, albeit that we touched upon it, I think 7 days ago was the last video we did, and we thought that we would come down to this area. Obviously, this is something sometimes you just can't predict. You can't get around it. Like, at the end of the day, like anyone and everyone that just looks at charts and whatnot, they will never know 100% what can happen, unless you got some crazy inside info. So this was understandable just from what's happened today. But what I really like about it, I'm looking at this positively for a couple of reasons. One, the opportunity to accumulate MTV. There's loads of people in the comments I've seen on not just this asset, but other assets saying, "Oh, I wish I got it back here," or "Oh, I should have got it a couple of weeks ago." Well, here's some opportunities. I missed this one. I was stupidly playing Football Manager at stupid o'clock this morning. Have my phone on airplane mode because I don't like all the the Wi-Fi and stuff in my mind, and literally absolutely fuming with myself, not just on this one but other ones, to have these obscene sales. It was like a Black Friday the wrong day, the week later. But here we are. This is what it is. And there's a few observations here. I thought this was quite interesting. So if you look back here, 20th, 21st of June, it's quite interesting because obviously this was some resistance here, and there's a bit of touch points around these areas as well. And it's quite interesting that it came down to around that level. So clearly, this is obviously for a while, in my opinion, had a lot of sort of over purchasing areas. I mean, look at this area here. It wasn't really sort of matched, in my opinion. I know there's quite a big spike there in the middle on the histogram that we can see at the bottom here. I'm just going to pull that up so you can see a bit more detail if I can. Let me just pull it. There we go. So we've had these nice 3 waves, bit of a correction period, and another one here. So it's kind of understandable that we've perhaps been over purchased overall as an average for quite a bit of time. But like I said, I wasn't expecting this drop. I don't think many people were. I was anticipating the correction like to where we've sort of drawn, and the lower regions arguably possibly, because we did mention, if you remember, about these areas here, like for example here on the 8th of October, where you had like the touchdown areas. That's why I thought, well, okay, there's some really good, interesting touch points in the data here. This could be an area that we see some interesting moves. This could be an area that we bounce off, or it could be an area where we stabilize and drop down a bit more. So clearly that's happened quicker than we thought, and then of course what's happened with Bitcoin and everything then transpires, and we go flopping down here. But what I'm really interested to see is if we do it today, if we come back and pull to these areas. If not, it may be maybe a day or two's correctional period of a bit of a wave upwards before we do that. Of course, we have a bit of a nosedive here on the MACD, indicating a bit of a bear momentum, which isn't new. We've had this for like the last week since we did it. That's why we put that area in there. The RSI floating currently at 30. So if you've missed this drop down here, arguably, yes, it could come back down to these areas potentially, but you could go on the DCA format of saying, okay, I'm going to buy a bag right now, just in case it tails up again, but also if it comes back down, I've still got some left over to push in. And I think that's the way I'm going to be playing it right now. I bought some NTV about 2 hours ago. I was annoyed that I dropped down, didn't get these areas, but hey ho, you know, at the end of the day, it's what, 0.02 cents or something. So it's not a gigantic difference for me. I'm not buying humongous volumes. I'm just adding what I can with spare bags and whatnot. So that's my take on it, is that you know, it's not financial advice or anything, but my personal opinion and what I've already done, of course, was when it was slightly down here, 1.1 cents. I still think right now is a good opportunity, and to be fair, I might even jump another bag in right now, and then just maybe wait 24 hours and see if we come back down to... I'm not expecting it to come back all the way down here again. I mean, that would be catastrophic, but you may get a bit of a tail down as people have taken short profits. You're going to see a lot of that, because you're going to see people who have bought down here, then buy it back up here, and by the time it's come up here, guys, people have like doubled their position in that sense, because you've gone from 0.07 to the 0.14 mark. So you're going to maybe see that. You might see a bit more of a tail down. So you just got to anticipate other people's movements. It's not always about yours and what you see in front of you. It's also about psychological behavior, in my opinion, of many other people out there, especially like, you know, full-on traders out there that know what they're fully doing and anticipating these kind of moves. I don't tend to do like short stuff like this. I find it too risky personally, and I maybe don't have the nerves to do it. I do it on longer ones. It's quite easy for me to understand that, but short ones, it's just too unpredictable for me, and I value my money. So that's my opinion. Some of you guys out there, let us know what you've done in this drop-off today, not just on MTV, but other ones as well. Really interested to know how everyone's reacted to this. Hopefully people didn't sell off, unless, of course, you're doing the trading game, as it were, but... this is obviously a fantastic project. We've just been given another opportunity, and at the end of the day, look where MTV's come from. Even just from this point here in March and April, look at that. Even to this drop down here, absolutely massive gains, and we'll tail it back up. There's no doubt about it. We'll go into an upcoming bull run, in my opinion. This is a very big kind of maybe last ditch effort for all the big whales out there trying to obtain some really quick returns. Obviously failed. And now everyone's scooping up what they can. But I do like the retaliation. We've had the big drop. Let's just see how much that came down, actually. Apologies for not doing that yet. So where was the open? I can't quite see. I think it's there. There we go. Look at that. Wow, 50%. I don't think that's too bad, actually. I was expecting maybe up to 70%. But let's just see how much we've retraced back already as of recording. This might change when you watch it in your own time. Look at that, 50% back up. That is beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful. It's almost matched. I know I'm probably off slightly, maybe slightly, but that is crazy, isn't it? So it'd be very interesting to see if we stabilize around these kind of historic points of resistance and support. Look at that drop down there. again, probably one of the Bitcoin days, if I remember, on the 8th of September. Look at that. It's really bang on line. So if we can support above that, and arguably, in my opinion, it would be absolutely brilliant if we could get back up to this level here, around this 0.014 properly. I mean, that's going to be sensational for MTV, and I think it just shows how bullish everyone is in it, and clearly wanting to purchase and scoop up these discounted prices, because they know what's coming, and they know what MTV's about. Of course, on the weekly, we are down now 34%. That's pretty understandable. Down on the month, which again, in our argument's sake, is understandable because of the nice tail up we've had over the last couple of months. So do anticipate to those perhaps going to a green, arguably throughout, maybe towards the end of December. It sounds like a weather forecast, doesn't it? We'll have winds of MTV coming in from the west. This could be the wind indicator. So we're in a bit of a sell mode right now, of course, but we just need to let the dust settle. Make your positions when you can, as you can. If you want to or don't want to, it's up to you. But I think this is a great opportunity to bag a discounted, unbelievable project. Guys, we're going to wrap that up there. We'll do an MTV video again on Monday, see how we can reflect over the weekend's movements, and we'll see if this plays out as we think it will. So I do anticipate that we might get support around this area, but I'm keeping an eye out just in case of a potential dip back down to this area here, just floating above that 10 cents. What I really like is it's rejected the 0.08 quite quickly and 0.09. So let's see how that plays out. Let us know in the comments below if you purchased any MTV in the last 24 hours and what do you think about this crash. Crazy, isn't it? That's the market we're in. We'll see you in the next one, guys. Bye-bye.